Damn, I need a haircut. I need a trim. Um, yeah. Um, Funny way to start the video. Um, but yeah. Today I am reacting to my championship predictions from last season. This is the ultimate video. But yeah. Um, I've never done a championship prediction video until last season. Yeah. Spoiler: I didn't get one spot on. I'm just going to tell you that now. I didn't get one spot on. Not one. But there are some I'm very impressed with as well. But I'm disappointed not to get one right. Um, but yeah, there are a few shockers in there as well. Well, there always is with prediction videos. You never, ever get a predictions video where there's not one shocker. There's always one or two shockers in there. But yeah. Relegation, quite decent. Sort of middle 21st to 7th of the table is a bit not really great. But from 6th to 1st, so from playoffs to automatic promotion, I think I did decently. I don't think I did the best, but it was alright to decent. Yeah, yeah. I think I did quite good. I'm impressed with my effort. So yeah. Let's let relegation kick us off. I don't think they can stay in the championship this season. They got promoted up to the championship with 101 points in the EFL League One. Promoted on 101 points, but I don't think that will happen again this season. I'll be very surprised if that does happen again this season in the championship. QPR, because I mean, last season they only got 20th, and I think they could be facing relegation next season. Rotherham. Last season they placed 19th, so just above QPR, and in the last 5 championship games, drew 2, won 1, and lost 2. So sort of the same as QPR. They finished the season on 50 points, minus 11 goal difference, won 11 games, drew 17 and lost 18. So it is all up for debate. 24th, I put Plymouth. 23rd, I put QPR. And 22nd, I put Rotherham. Near enough decent. Well, not near enough, it is decent. I got it accurate, I'd say. Rotherham did get relegated, but I predicted them 22nd. They got relegated, bottom of the championship. QPR finished 18th and Plymouth finished 21st. So not a bad run for relegation. They all sort of finished near enough in the relegation places. Plymouth did just good enough to finish outside of the relegation zone. Rotherham did horrendously. Rotherham won 5 games the whole season. 5 games. Grimsby Town, my local team, literally did better than Rotherham, and that's saying something. Yeah. 12 drawn and 29 losses. That just says it all about Rotherham. I just knew it was going to happen. I just knew they were going to get relegated at some point, and I knew it was going to be this season. Great prediction from me, I'd say. Finished 24th, but I still said they'd get relegated. Which I'm quite happy with. QPR, not so happy with, because I predicted them to finish 23rd. Sorry, James Lawrence Alcott. Yeah. Yeah, I predicted QPR to finish 18th. Looks like I did not have enough faith in them to stay up.
They nearly did get relegated though. It was either them, Sheffield Wednesday, Blackburn, or Plymouth. Blackburn nearly got relegated. Sheffield United. Did I say Sheffield United? I meant Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield Wednesday. We nearly did get relegated. They were in the relegation zone for a quarter of the season. For a tiny amount of the season. But yeah, I'd say all around pretty good. Shut up, live score. Yeah, but I'd go with Sheffield Wednesday. No, what am I on about? It's just because I've seen live score notification come up. It's put me off now. QPR, not too impressed with. Plymouth, I'm impressed with, but they didn't get relegated, so not that good. And Rotherham, 24th, predicting to get relegated. Pretty happy with that prediction.
Season actually finished 21st, so below where I've predicted them. Actually, I mean 21st. I don't know why I said 20th. 21st. Yeah, 21st. They're finishing where I think they are going to finish where I predicted them. And that's where they finished last season, 21st. They only managed to get 49 points last season, lost 23 games, drew 10 and only won 13.
So now we move on to the middle section of the table now. In 21st, I put Cardiff. I don't know what I thought I was doing there. I just thought Cardiff, they've been out of the Premier League for a few seasons now and they must have run out of steam. And I put Cardiff in 21st. They finished 12th. So quite bad. I put them, hang on, nearly 9 places. Nearly 10 places off what they... I predicted them nearly 10 places off what they actually are. Yeah, 12th. 19 games won, that's really good. 5 games drawn and 22 games lost. So they did lose more games than they won, but still 21st. Wow. 21st. Yeah, that's a really, really bad prediction. Put them nearly 10 places off what they actually are. That's really bad. I'm really sorry, Cardiff. Yeah, not great at all. Let's hope I can do better.
Last season did come in at 17th. They only managed to gain 53 points. Not bad, but not great either. Birmingham, they've always sort of hovered around the relegation area. I think they do a lot worse this season. I predict them definitely in 20th.
So 20th, Birmingham City. Yeah. Birmingham City fans would have been way happy with that than what they actually did finish. They finished in 22nd. Yeah. A really bad season. If you look at what they finished at in the 22-23 season, they finished in a very high 17th. So to go from 17th to second from bottom is really bad just in one season. They've had 2 managers over the last season, over the course of this season. Wayne Rooney more or less got them relegated. Yeah, Wayne Rooney more or less got them relegated. And yeah, he was sacked, as we know. But yeah, Birmingham City, they're in League One next season, which I predicted them 20th, but I didn't see coming that they'd get relegated. Won 13 games all season. They managed to carve out 50 points somehow. But yeah, Birmingham City, I put 20th, and they finished 22nd. Quite impressed with the prediction, but Birmingham City woeful this season.
Finished just above where I've predicted them. Why are all the big teams now starting to crumble? QPR used to be in the Premier League. Now they could be in League One season after next season. Huddersfield finished 18th last season.
Huddersfield 23rd. I predicted them 19th. Every single day of the year, they would have taken 19th over 23rd. Who wouldn't? Yeah, Huddersfield haven't done well enough this season. I mean, you just look at what league they were in less than 5 years ago, Premier League, and they're now in League One. They're officially in League One. They will be playing League One football next season. They're one league higher than League Two. They're two leagues higher than National League. I mean, you look what happened to Scunthorpe United. They were high and mighty in the Championship. Went to League One. And it was League Two. And then it was non-league. And I think they even got relegated to a low division of non-league. Which is mad. For a team like that to go down to the second tier of non-league football is mad. But yeah, Huddersfield will be playing League One football next season. I'd think they'd come straight back up, but you never know with the EFL. It's a mad pyramid. But yeah, Huddersfield, they would have taken 19th over 23rd every single day. I just don't know what it is with these teams. Birmingham finished 22nd. They were in the top 10 5 years ago. Huddersfield finished 23rd. They were in the Premier League 5 years ago. I just don't know. It don't make any sense. But yeah, Huddersfield finished 23rd. I predicted them 19th. And yeah, that's just how it goes.
Both of those playoff games were absolutely fabulous. Absolutely brilliant, because Sheffield Wednesday were on the brink of not actually getting into the they weren't on the brink. It was pretty much confirmed that they weren't going to get Championship football.
So 18th, Sheffield Wednesday. I had faith in the Wednesday to stay up, and they did. They placed 20th, so just 2 off what I predicted them, which I'm quite impressed with. They did have a rocky start to the season. They were in the relegation zone for a bit of time, but then did manage to prove that they can stay up, and they will be in the Championship again next season. Will they get relegated next season? That's for a different video, and that video will be coming very soon. But yeah, Sheffield Wednesday, I'm quite happy with this prediction. And I'm quite happy that Sheffield Wednesday stay up, because I do have a bit of a soft spot for Sheffield Wednesday. And that's not just because I wanted them to stay up. My granddad is literally from Sheffield. Doesn't like football, but yeah. I still wanted Sheffield Wednesday to stay up. And they did. So, yeah. Pretty impressed with that prediction. And yeah, moving on.
Yeah, they need a rebuild of the squad more than anything. The squad they've got, the players, Ozan Tufan, Jean-Michael Seri, Aliyah Sayad Manesh, Matt Ingram, the goalkeeper. They need a new goalkeeper, really, if they want to get in the Premier League. Ozan Tufan might want to stay. Jean-Michael Seri needs to stay as well.
17th, Hull City. Now, I predicted Hull City in 17th. 7th place in the Championship. That is mad. I mean, that's probably... partially thanks to Fabio Carvalho. I predicted them 17th until they signed Fabio Carvalho. Fabio Carvalho spent the majority of the season on loan to Leipzig. Then he joined Liverpool again in January and then went back on loan to Hull City. And to his credit, he has been superb. And Hull City, wow, Hull City, 7th. I did not think that would be happening. Hull City finished in 15th last season. So to be where they are now is mad. Could have gone back up to the Premier League if things had gone their way. Yeah, they could have been in the playoffs. So they could have been promoted back to the Premier League if things had have gone their way, which is mental. So yeah, credit to Hull City for proving me wrong. 17th, mad prediction that was. I just thought, Hull City, they're not the best of the bunch, so I thought they might, be somewhere in that relegation area. Finish 17th. They finished 15th last season, so I think that's where I got it from. But yeah, credit to Hull City, 7th in the Championship.
15th, 16th. And the reason why is because they didn't have a very good season in the Championship. I mean, they did finish 14th, but goal stat-wise, and yeah, not very good. 56 goals against, but 55 goals for, but 56 goals against.
16th, Bristol City. For the one season they don't finish in either 14th, 17th or 19th, I predict them 16th. They finished 11th. Let's take a look at their last 5 seasons in the Championship. 22-23, 14th. 21-22, 17th. 20-21, 19th. 19-20, 12th. 18-19. They literally finished in 8th. And for the last 4 to 5 seasons, they finished 18th, I think was on there, 17th, 14th, and bloody 19th. This season they finished 11th. What's changed, Bristol? What has changed? Look, I will give you £1 million. I don't have that much, so I'm not worried. I will give you £1 million next season if you finish higher than 12th. If you finish higher than 14th, I will give you £1 million. I mean, you probably got that much, so you can pay yourselves. But I will give you £1 million if you finish over 15th. Deal.
Look at their team. Axel Tuanzebe, he's not going to get you into the Premier League. Kijana Hova, he won't either. Tyrese Campbell, he's not a bad player. Dujon Sterling definitely isn't going to get you into the Premier League. Phil Jagielka, why have they even still got him? Yeah, rebuild needed more than anything. Lewis Baker's alright. Yeah, more than anything, they just need a...
So, 15th, I predicted Stoke City. They did a lot worse, and they finished in 17th. Stoke City, obviously, they're not the team that they used to be. That's part of the reason I predicted them in 15th. But yeah, Stoke City, not the team they used to be. They've lost all their good players. Tyrese Campbell still at the club, but whether he gets a Premier League team coming for him is probably doubtable. I don't think anyone will be signing Tyrese Campbell from the Premier League. But yeah. Stoke City, I think, will decline a lot over the next sort of 3 to 4 years, if not next year. That's partly the reason why I put them in 15th. I just don't think Stoke have it anymore. But yeah, either way, I think that's a really good prediction. A really good prediction.
Again, it's players, new players that this club needs. Because Grant Hanley's not going to cut the grass anymore. Angus Gunn's just useless, really. Tim Krul, I think you need to sell him. He's getting on now. Josh Sargent, he's not going to do bits up front for you every week. Definitely Sir Michael McGovern. Again, it's players. It's good players they need more than anything. Josh Sargent's good. But they do need new up front players. Timo Pukki, he's not going to cut the grass for you for much longer. Nunez is alright. Zoles is alright. Christos Zoles.
14th, Norwich City. Could someone explain to me how they've gotten the playoffs? I got this from, I predicted them 14th because in 22-23 they finished 13th. No, actually, yeah, they finished 13th. So you can see where I got 14th from. How do you do this, Norwich? You're one of the worst teams ever in the Premier League. You get relegated every season you're in there. I predict you 14th. You finish bloody 6th. They were in the playoffs. They were in the playoffs. I just don't know. I just don't know why I'm so bad at predicting the middle of the championship table. Norwich City in 6th and I predicted them 14th. It's abysmal. It's absolutely abysmal. So far off. I was so far off. I was so far off. They lost 15 games. They won 21 games. They drew 10. They nearly got promoted back to the Premier League. Absolutely abysmal.
13th. Preston finished 12th. But obviously there's new competition in the league. And there's bigger, there's bigger competition in the league next season. You got Leicester. It's you got a few teams that are going to be in the Championship that are going to compete for that, and you're not going to be in that circle.
I'm a little bit closer with this one. 13th, Preston North End. I'm a little bit closer because, well, they finished in 10th, so I'm 3 off. I got a little bit closer. Closer than I have that they lost their last 5 games in the Championship. Yeah, I said they won't be in this circle of being top 6, or they won't be in the bottom half of the table. At least I got that correct. They finished 10th. Yeah, I got that correct. I did say that in my video that they won't be in this circle of promotion, or they won't get relegated, and I was correct. I predicted them 13th, but they finished 10th. That was a good season for Preston, and I think your prediction is decent.
Yeah. I think they will finish 12th, because they didn't have a great season last season. Their team isn't great either. Likes of Nathaniel Chalobah in that team. Mark Albrighton, didn't even know he played for West Brom. Jake Livermore still plays for them. it's it's a bad team. This West Brom team. Tom Roderick, he's getting on a bit now. He's probably Championship level actually. Yeah.
I curse teams, but in a different way. Instead of cursing them from being good to being bad, I curse teams from being bad to being good. Because I predicted West Bromwich Albion in 12th. Yet they finished 5th. I predicted them in 12th. And they got in the playoffs. I just don't know. I really don't know how it happens. I curse teams into being good instead of being bad. I really do. I curse teams into being good and into... Yeah. In the 22-23 season, they finished 9th. I don't know where the hell I got 12th from. I just thought they just wouldn't do too great this season. I just thought they wouldn't do to their best. And I've had a shocker. Like the others, I've had an absolute shocker. An absolute shocker. Yeah, it's not gone to plan at all with this. It's gone to crap. It really has just gone to crap. But let's just move on.
They won 2 games in their last 5. Drew, so Watford's squad, before Ben Foster left, they were good, but Ben Foster is like 41. Ben Foster's like 41 now. He signed a new contract with Wrexham, I think. João Pedro, I think he's signed for someone in the Premier League. Ismail Assar, they need to keep him because he will be a talent. Ken Sema, he's probably alright to stay. Keenan Davis needs to go. Yeah. They need to get some deadwood out the team. I think Courtney Howes needs to go. Hassan Kamara.
Anyone want to tell me what's wrong with this prediction? I predicted Watford in 11th. They finished 5 off of what I predicted them. They finished 15th. Watford couldn't have had a worse season. Oh, they couldn't I don't know if this is right grammar or not. In fact, I don't give a crap. They couldn't have had a worse season. They couldn't have had a worse season. They could not have had a worse season. Watford finished in... Well, they could have had a worse season. They could have got relegated. But Watford finished in 15th. That's the lowest they finished in 5 years. 2023, they finished 11th. 2022, they finished... Oh, yeah. They were in the Premier League in 2022. I was looking for them thinking, where are they? They were in the Premier League. Yeah. Watford, mad. They were in the Premier League 2 years ago, and now they're 15th in Championship. Turns out Ismail Assar didn't do anything then. 11 months ago I said they need to keep Ismail Assar because he's going to be great. Nope. Let's actually see how many goals Ismail Assar scored this season, shall we? Wait, did they sell him? I think they sold Ismail Assar. They sold Ismail Assar. Wow. Why have they sold Sarr for? I mean, I don't have any sympathy from them. If they're going to sell Sarr, who's he play for then? Ismail Assar. Does he play for... I think he plays for Marseille. If I'm not wrong. Yeah, he plays for Marseille. I actually forgot that they'd sold him. But yeah, Watford finished in 15th. Not a great prediction, but I predicted them to finish higher than they did. I predicted them to finish where they finished last season, and they finished 15th. How do you do that? From 11th to 15th, that's mad.
5 years ago, believe it or not, but Renato Sanchez was doing bits for Swansea back there, and now he's doing bits in Europe as well. Yeah, Joel Pirro. Joe Allen hasn't retired, he's played for Swansea City. So Joe Allen for a start. Oliver Nitcham needs to go. Olivier Nitcham, sorry, not Oliver. Fulton. Not a bad player, Jay Fulton. Let's look at his stats. His stats from last season. He did bits in 22-23, played 38 matches.
Swansea City, I predicted to finish in 10th. Yeah. They finished 14th. That's not the worst that's happened in this video, let's be honest. But yeah, this is how unpredictable the Championship is. You could literally have Leeds finished in 3rd, but you could literally have them in 1st and they'd finish 23rd. This is how unpredictable the Championship is. So yeah, I predicted Swansea to finish 10th and they finished 14th. This is what I mean by all the good teams in the Championship going to pot. Stoke City finished 17th. I predicted them higher than that. QPR, they used to be in the Premier League. Saying that, Huddersfield used to be in the Premier League. They finished 23rd. Swansea City were rocking it when they were in the Premier League until they got relegated. They had Renato Sanchez who was doing bits for them. He now plays for some team in Portugal. I think it's like, I don't know if he plays for Lille. No, he used to play for Lille. Don't have a clue what team he plays for now. I think he plays for like Benfica or someone. But yeah, I don't know why I have all the information, and when it comes to these prediction videos, I just forget everything. Yeah, Swansea, I put 10th, they finished 14th. I mean, they sold Joel Pirro. Joel Pirro. Why would you say Joel? He was one of your best players. Why would you sell Joel Pirro? I just don't get Swansea's thinking. They sold Renato Sanchez when they could have kept him. They sold Joel Pirro when they could have kept him. Like, I just don't get the thinking behind some of these clubs.
The team. Luke Ayling might go. Age, really. Sinistera might leave. Jack Harrison maybe. Robin Koch. Shai Sensio, Somerville. Ilan Meslier will probably go. Patrick Bamford needs to go because he just doesn't cut the grass anymore.
Don't cook me. Please do not cook me for this. It's possibly one of my worst predictions in this whole video. In fact, it is probably my worst prediction of the whole video. No, that's to come, actually. Leeds United. In fact, I'm not sorry because you didn't get promoted, but yeah, that's your own fault. But I predicted them 9th. They finished 2 places off winning the league. They finished 1 place off auto promotion. I predicted them 19th. I'm very sorry, Leeds United. With that squad, Joel Pirro, who I've just mentioned, Patrick Bamford. I said Patrick Bamford wouldn't be able to get that many goals this season. Patrick Bamford got 8 goals and played 33 matches. That's mad. I said Crysencio Somerville would move. Nope, he stayed there. Yeah, I said Agnonto would go. He's still there as well. Yeah, Joel Perreault. I didn't. He didn't play for Leeds at the time. But yeah, not the best. Not the best, but there's worse to come. Trust me. Yeah, you haven't heard the end of it. There is worse to come. Leeds did recently lose the promotion final to Southampton. Southampton will be in the Premier League next season. Congratulations. Yeah. Also, congratulations for your relegation to the Championship in the 25-26 season. Yeah, I can't see Southampton staying up in the Premier League, but that is also for another video. Yeah, they might stay up. I don't know. They might be lucky this time. But Leeds United, one of the worst predictions of the whole video. I was dreading reacting to this one because it's so bad.
8th. They're going back in 8th. I'm predicting them in 8th. They won 19 games, drew 11 and lost 16. Conceded 50 goals but scored 57 and finished on 68 points. Millwall. They're just going to keep landing in these same positions if they don't sign some good players. Maybe some loanees from the Premier League.
I don't know how bad I got this one. I don't know how bad I got it wrong. I don't know how bad I got this one. I predicted Millwall in 8th. Don't know why. They finished 13th. I'll tell you why. Because in 2022, they finished 8th. They, funnily enough, finished 8th. So that's why I predicted them in 8th. But yeah, I was proven wrong. And Millwall did worse than I thought. Yeah. I don't know how you can get it so wrong. I really don't know how you can get it so wrong. There were 5 off what I predicted them. They finished 5 off what I predicted them. Yeah. I've not had the best. Yeah. I've not had the best this year. Yeah, it's not been the best. The middle of the table has been very, very bad. Let me just tell you that. Yeah, it is bad. It is bad. Really, really bad. And Millwall. Yeah. Should we just move on? Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Ben Brereton Diaz. He has been banging goals for Blackburn over the past couple of seasons. 69 points, -2 goal difference, goals against 54, goals for 52, lost 17, drawn 9 and won 20. Not bad. But to get in those playoffs, they need just a bit more of a boost.
So, yeah, this is pasty. This one. I've got to cup the mic for this one. It's that bad. Blackburn Rovers predicted them 7th. Yeah, they narrowly avoided relegation. I'm ashamed of this one. I'm ashamed of this one. I'd be surprised if you weren't ashamed of it as well. Blackburn Rovers fans, I'm not going to say sorry for predicting you as high as I did, but I'm just sorry that you nearly got relegated. Why would you sell Brereton Diaz when he's one of your best players? I mean, Sammy Schmodics, he won the championship Golden Boot. But that doesn't take away the fact that you sold Brereton Diaz. You could have finished higher if you hadn't have sold Brereton Diaz. The whole reason you finished high last season was because you kept Brereton Diaz. But it's danger zone for Blackburn next season.
But a massive factor why they won't get automatic promotion. I mean, they've had an atrocious season in the Premier League. Not only that, but they are going to lose some of their best players. Bella Kotchap will go. Bazunu will also go. Probably the best free kick taker in the Premier League. James Ward-Prowse as well. And in their last 5, won 1, drew 2, and drew and lost 2. Obviously, their last win of the Premier League for a long time was on the last day of the season. Very unlucky for Leicester City. And a lot of their very good players are going to go. I think Ipswich Town can do it. They scored one of the teams that scored the most goals in England in the EFL. A whopping 101 goals scored in League One last season. Only 35 goals against and 98 points to come second. 28 wins, 14 draws and only 4 losses. Narrowly missing out on playoff final this last season. And they were very unlucky. I do predict them in third. And some of their players that probably will thrive next season. Joe Gelhardt, I think he's on a loan maybe. Dennis Kirkin. Yeah, I think a lot of these players might get them into the Premier League next season. It nearly happened this season. Amad Diallo was perfect for them.
So now we move in to playoff territory. And I've got it pretty decent. There's one, though, that's... Yeah, we'll get to that. 6th, I put Southampton. Yes, they did get into the playoffs, which I got correct. And yes, they did get promoted, which I think I might have got correct. Yeah, Southampton, I didn't see them getting promoted. I saw Leeds getting promoted. Yeah, when it came to the playoffs, I saw Leeds getting promoted. I did not see Southampton getting promoted at all, by any stretch of the imagination. Is that an underdog scenario? I think it is, to be honest. Adam Armstrong, wow, what a player he is, and what a player he's going to be in the Premier League for Southampton next season. Yeah. Southampton 6th. I'm quite happy with that. I'm really quite happy with that. It could have gone worse. 5th. Leicester City. Now, is this a bad prediction? I think yes, because I predicted them to be in the playoffs. Yes, they got promoted, but they didn't get promoted through the playoffs, so it doesn't count. I don't think this is one of the worst predictions, but it could have gone a lot better than it did. Yeah, in hindsight, I could have predicted them higher, but I went for 5th. Yeah, it's not all bad. 4th, this is the one I'm most proud of, and the one I've been absolutely waiting in anticipation to reveal to you. Number 4th, Ipswich Town. I am so happy with this prediction. Even though I didn't predict them in the top 2, I couldn't care less. Ipswich Town, I've got predicted 4th. That is my best prediction of the whole video. I just didn't know why I thought Ipswich would get promoted. It's because it's an underdog story, and I just thought Ipswich Town, it'd be the perfect season. Kieran McKenna, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Obviously, Kieran McKenna took over a couple of seasons ago, but the way he's led Ipswich to the playoffs, to promotion like this is unimaginable. I didn't imagine that happening. I imagined him getting playoffs, but not automatic promotion, which is massive for Ipswich. Massive congratulations. But yeah, that's my favourite and my best prediction of the whole video. I'm really proud of that one. And third, Sunderland. They finished 16th. I don't know why I thought Sunderland would finish top 3. I just thought Sunderland, it's their time to get back into the Premier League. They're going to do it this season. I can feel it. Then Joe Bellingham arrived at Sunderland. I thought the perfect season for Sunderland to get promoted through the playoffs. It just didn't click. Joe Bellingham's had an alright season, but he's underachieved, I would say, at Sunderland this season. He underachieved what I thought would be perfect. And Sunderland just didn't do it. Sunderland just didn't do it, and this prediction just flopped.
In the playoffs, yeah, their players, Zach Steffen from Man City, Chuba Akpom was brilliant for them last season. Yeah, Cameron Archer as well. It's all going very well for Middlesbrough, and I think it could stay that way. The title winners of the Championship, Coventry City. Their team, Hammer, Jeroy Kerez. They finished in 4th. I think it was 4th or 5th last season. And if they can manage to keep Victor Gerakerez, that would be brilliant for them.
The top 2, I got drastically wrong. Number 2, I put Middlesbrough. I couldn't have got this any more wrong. I could not have got this any more wrong. Yeah, as you've seen by the clip that's just been shown, I put Middlesbrough in 2nd. They finished 8th. I don't know how I can get it that wrong. I think I did say in my video that it was because they'd finished in the playoffs that season. I just don't know what led me to think they finished 2nd. Obviously, does Chuba Akpom still play for Middlesbrough? I think he moved. I think I don't know if he does still play for Middlesbrough. Chuba Akpom. Nope, I can't see him anywhere on the list. I think he was just on loan. But yeah, Middlesbrough finished way off what I thought they would. Yeah, they could have done a whole lot better than they have. And it's a disappointing season for Middlesbrough. Maybe they could go for it again next season, but I don't know. Ultimately, I think Luton will win the Championship next season. But yeah. Middlesbrough didn't think they'd do this bad, if I'm really honest. Let's go to my champions, who I thought would be champions. This one, I couldn't have got any worse. I'm gonna claim it my worst prediction of the whole video. I said Coventry would win the league. And I said that if they kept Gus, Hammer, and Victor Gerakerez, I still don't know how to say his name, then they would win the league. They saw both. they sold Gus Hammer to Sheffield United, and they sold Victor Gyökeres to Sporting, who has been absolutely top notch this season. Let me tell you that. Victor Gyökeres, whatever his name is, has been top notch for Sporting this season. He has been top notch. See what I'm doing there? Yeah, he has been absolutely top notch. Could even sign for Arsenal. That's how far it's going. But yeah, I don't know why I put Coventry first. Obviously, they were in the playoff final last season because they got so unlucky. It was not because I felt sorry for them. It's because I thought they would get promoted to the Premier League, but obviously that wasn't to be. And ultimately, Leicester did win the league. So, yeah. Probably the worst prediction in the whole video. But yeah, that's how these videos go. They're funny because you get the predictions so wrong. So that is it, I guess, for this video. If you enjoyed the video, at me being an absolute loon bag and getting so many wrong. Yeah, if you enjoyed the video, I enjoyed making the video, but if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe and turn post notifications on, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.